You have a little situation going on. Your boyfriend broke up with you, and you're trying to figure it out. Okay, let's talk about it. First thing first, let's not waste any time. If you're a young lady and your boyfriend broke up with you, if you didn't sleep with him, you won't feel any initial pain. If you did sleep with him, it's going to be difficult. Now, as a woman, as a young lady, because we don't know exactly what age you are, I got to speak as if though you're in your teenage years, and I also have to speak as if though you're in your 30s and 40s and up. So I would be kind of speaking about both issues, right? As a woman, if you sleep with a man and he breaks up with you, it's going to be more difficult for you to overcome the issues you're feeling because you're attached to him already. And I think that in today's culture, a lot of women don't understand this. Um, if your boyfriend broke up with you today, this video is for you. If you have sex with a man and you separate, a breakup, it's the equivalent of a divorce. And this is why in today's culture, when relationships fall apart, you feel a tearing away. Because as a woman, if you didn't initiate the breakup, you're going to be going through the hurt and the pain. Now, again, if you didn't sleep with said individual, then your emotional issues would be minimum. But if you did sleep with the individual, you'll feel a sense of betrayal. You'll feel like somebody took something away from you. You'll feel like um, you've been robbed of your dignity because maybe you put your all into the relationship. Maybe you thought this guy was going to do right. You probably figure, well, this is not going to happen. I don't see myself breaking up with this guy. He seems to be cool. On the contrary, we got to really understand each other. This is why it's very important for a man and a woman to really know each other. A lot of times, unfortunately, a lot of young ladies and even grown women get involved with men that are no good. And it's because traditionally, our parents were involved. Um, it was never this thing back in the day where a young lady just went outside and just found herself a boyfriend. That was very, very dangerous. Those type of days didn't exist back in the day. If you were caught with someone's daughter, it would mean your life. That's how serious it was, right? But in today's day, with social media, everybody's free to just do whatever they want to do. A lot of young ladies go out, they start experimenting, they start testing the waters, they start feeling themselves. And even grown women that are seasoned in the game, they experience different traumas, different hurts, different pains from different men. And consequently, this builds up sort of like a stoppage on a toilet, on a sink, and it needs to be unclogged because if not, if she get with a new man, she's going to go through more trauma, more hurt, more pain because she never dealt with the problem. She never dealt with the stoppage. So if your boyfriend broke up with you, you're going to pretty much feel a sense of betrayal. You're going to feel like your world has ended. You're going to feel as if though everything stopped, nothing else matters. You may even feel like you don't even want to live no more. This is how a lot of women be feeling. And sometimes you resort to a lot of emotional outbursts. You may call up the guy, you may text the guy and be like, well, why you left me? I don't want to live no more. I won't be able to live without you. You have a lot of women that do stuff like that. And it's not healthy to do that because that's not the only guy that's in the world. You understand? Sometimes you invest so much or you have your hopes so high that things just don't go your way. But it's not a time to start becoming overly emotional and saying things you'll regret later on down the road. What you want to first of all is calm yourself down. You want to get yourself in order. You want to basically um, think about your future. Think about what you can do with your time, because obviously if he broke up with you, he don't even care. So why would you? You get what I'm saying? Like if he threw in the towel and he broke up with you, that's him basically saying, I don't want to deal with you no more. So you can't force a person to be with you when they don't want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter how you look as a woman. A lot of times women be banking on how they look, and they'll say stuff like, well, I look good, I look cute, so you figure you could get a man. And yeah, you might be an attractive young lady, you might be an attractive older woman, but that's not going to keep the man. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to keep the man. Attraction just makes the sale. If I go to the car dealership and I see a car that I like, of course I'm going to stare at it because it looks good. But it could look good and then I drive it and then I'm not really feeling it. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times as women, you got to protect yourselves, because if you're a woman and you look good, right? You can't get to the point where you feeling yourself so much so because you look good. Some of the most attractive women get taken advantage of every single day. You understand? Because again, like that automobile, if I go to the dealership, there's so many different nice cars. All of them are shiny. All of them look good. Just like there's a lot of women out here that look good. But see, when a person, in terms of a man, go to the car dealership, because of the variety of automobiles available, it makes it difficult to choose. You understand what I'm saying? And he may tell the sales rep he would like to test drive all the automobiles. So he may have about 5 automobiles he want to test, and he may not like how they perform. And you don't want to be a test dummy as a woman. This is why you're supposed to save yourself for a certain man that have proven himself. But again, in today's day, it's very difficult to try to instill those values in today's woman, because she figure, well, she's independent. She could do what she want to do. And consequently, because of this society we live in, you do what you want to do and then you get yourself in trouble. And that's pretty much why you're watching the video right now, because you're in trouble. You're going through a lot of issues and you're trying to figure out what's going on, possibly get some answers, get encouraged, motivated to get yourself back together, right? So now, again, when a man go to a dealership and he sees a nice car, it looks attractive, but he don't know the car. He don't own the car. He never bought the car. You as a woman have to be like a sales rep. You just can't make some guy come by, put his key in your ignition, and let him just test drive you, have his way with you, play with your system, right? Step on the gas, do what he got to do. And then when he finish, he drive you back to the lot and put you there, park you. Didn't even park you right. He just kind of left you there and threw the keys to someone else so they could get their turn. You don't want to be that woman. So you got to have some sense of respect for yourself, right? And this is easier said than done. It's like, we could say these things and then you can go out there and not follow this advice. All women that are pretty much available today, unfortunately, a lot haven't been raised by their father. And even those that were raised by their father may not have followed all the rules. This is why they get themselves in trouble. A lot of you older women that are in your 30s and 40s, a lot of you made a lot of mistakes. And I really don't like to use that word mistake because you make choices. You make choices as grown women. When you get with a man and that man is no good, um, that's your fault. You got to own up to that. You got to own up to it. Let's stop playing games. Look, ladies, as long as your legs is closed, right? A man cannot have any advantage over you if your legs are closed. If you know you didn't do nothing sexual with a man, you hold all power at that point. That's right. As long as you didn't do nothing sexual, he don't really got nothing over you. Give that ninja the opportunity to prove himself, to see where he at. We need to bring back shame. We need to bring back morals. We need to bring back values. Unfortunately, in the world we live in right now, it's just not there. You know, people get into relationships, and a lot of times because women are emotional and they meet the first guy they meet, or they just meet a guy in general and they sleep with him, thinking it's going to keep the man at bay. It's going to keep the man in line. In other words, you gave him some, so for whatever reason, he's going to be thinking about you all day. That's not how it works, ladies. Again, the car lot is filled with so many shiny automobiles. And even if you're cute, even if you're pretty, there's another cute automobile right there. And these keys are readily available. You don't understand. See, anybody can go to the car dealership and get access to the key. Do you understand what I'm saying? Anybody can go to the car dealership and test drive a car. It's easy to do. You know why? Because the dealerships make it easy to do. You are the dealership. Why are you making it so easy for people to test drive you? See, the ball is in your court, ladies. At the end of the day, no matter how much a man might want to sleep with you, no matter how much a man want to have his way, that can't be possible if you are not allowing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of these things can happen. So it's really up to you. You're the gatekeeper. As long as you keep your legs closed, as long as you keep your mouth closed. And, you know, I got to be a little explicit because, you know, a lot of times sisters be doing all sorts of things out here, and then, you know, they get exposed. People put things online. Dudes start telling. They start kissing and telling, talking about what they did, and rumors start going around. And, you know, maybe rumors are spreading in school, in the community, at work, you know, which is some of the worst type of rumors is when they're being spread at work and all your coworkers know what you did. It's like, it's really, really bad. And it can really ruin your reputation. So it's really up to you. If you're with a man and, you know, he go out there and he do some dirt and now he want to leave you, you got to look at that as a learning opportunity. You got to look at that as, okay, he left me. What are my values? What do I need to do now? Well, first off, you have to look at this. What kind of man was he? Was he a good man? Was he a man that is husband material? Do you even know what husband material is? Like, do you even have these values installed? Like, these are the things you have to really think about these things. This is why being raised by a father is so important. But not just being raised by a father, but you actually listening to what your father teach you. Because if you're not going to listen, then you're going to get in trouble in the world. Because a lot of men are wicked. A lot of men are dangerous. A lot of men will do whatever they can to take advantage of opportunities. And just like the car dealership is always available, a lot of times you ladies make yourself so readily available that men will use you for sex, play with your mind, because they know you're emotional. You understand? A lot of women are very, very emotional, and it's easy to gas a woman up because all you gotta do is just sauce her up with some words, speak some game, you know what I mean? Some smooth words here and there, stroke her mind a little bit, Before you know it, she got butterflies. Now you able to go in and work your works. Before you know it, you smash and then you out. And that's pretty much what a lot of guys do, unfortunately. But see, now if you're a woman and you understand the game because you have a father or you have an uncle or you got other brothers and you got men that you pretty much learn from and they able to teach you the game, you can pinpoint when these ninjas are up to no good. Now that doesn't mean you're an angel now. That doesn't mean all of these men are monsters, because a lot of times you ladies be a little too loose with yourselves. Let's not focus on the men as if though all these men are dogs and you're just this angel who do nothing wrong. Again, nothing can happen unless you allow it. If a man sleep with you, it's because you open that door. So you got to be accountable for your actions. You just can't come here and want to look for me to say something crazy about men and take no accountability for your own actions as a woman. If your legs is open and your legs are in the air, you are at fault. Why? You don't know this man. So why are you opening yourself to him? Why are you giving a man you don't know access to your body? You have to think about this. You're giving a man that you don't know access to your body. You're doing things with your mouth that you should not be doing. Think about what you're doing. You're making that choice. And you're giving this to a man that you don't even know. Think about that. That's something you did. Nobody forced you. It's something you did. So accountability is in order. And unfortunately, accountability to most women in today's day is kryptonite. You know, you try to give advice to our women on how to better themselves, how to avoid the pitfalls. They don't want to listen. And then they go through these relationships, go through the hurts, the pains, the emotions. And I see it all the time, you know. And I could literally predict relationship failure as soon as I see the ninja a woman is with. You know, it's just like the Holly Bailey situation. You know, as soon as I saw their relationship, I already knew that was going to end. I mean, you have this young lady, attractive, innocent, but, you know, I knew their relationship was going to fall because I looked at the dude. I already knew what kind of dude he was. I knew that whoever was Holly Bailey's daddy, she probably wasn't listening to him or whatever the case is. Because just because you were raised with a father doesn't mean that everything is going to be perfect. You know what I mean? It's good if you're raised with your daddy, but if you're a woman and you're not listening to your daddy, then what's the point of being raised by your daddy? You're not paying attention to his information, his game, the advice, right? So a lot of times the kind of man you choose is going to be a result of the kind of man you're going to be choosing in the future. Once you've been stained by a wicked man, it's very difficult as a woman to choose a better man because now you have been shaped, you have been positioned, and now you have a preference. So now it seems as if though every man you get with, it's the same man but with a different face. Same devil, but in a different body. A new Agent Smith. And this is something as a woman you got to break. You got to break this generational curse. You got to break this cycle of dysfunction. You got to begin to look within yourself and find the value and say, look, if a man broke up with me, I got to look at myself and understand my worth. Don't boast in the fact that you look attractive. A lot of times you ladies that are pretty, attractive, nice looking body, y'all got to stop all of that feeling yourself stuff. You got to stop all that being conceited. All of that's going to get you is used. I'm serious. And y'all know what I'm talking about is real. Because a lot of you sisters that look good, you be looking in the mirror, you know you a fine, attractive young lady, but damn, you getting used out here by these ninjas. So obviously you're doing something wrong. Your beauty, according to the scriptures, is vain. It's good that you might be attractive, you look cute, all that stuff is nice. But always remember, you know, the prettier the flower, the more likely it's going to get plucked. And people don't understand that, fam. Anytime something is pretty, people go after it. And a lot of ninjas will go after the most pretty, the most attractive young lady, the most attractive older woman, just so that they could use, destroy, and ruin it. You have a lot of men that love to break down, destroy women that are pure. This is why you as a young lady got to protect yourself from these particular demons that are in these men. This is why it's very important for you to understand what's going on. Being beautiful as a woman, according to the scriptures, is vain. You know what I mean? Because it gets you in the most trouble. The most attractive women are the most insecure. The most attractive women have the most problems. The most problems. You understand? Because every guy is after her to smash. Now, ladies, you got to understand something here. Before we can have solutions, you must understand the magnitude of the problem. That's the only way. You're not going to be able to understand what to do if you don't look at yourself. You have to judge yourself. You cannot just focus on, well, he hurt me, he cheated on me, he did this, he did that. Could you talk about that? No, I got to talk about you. I got to talk about you because you're making choices. You're looking at him and all the wrong that he did, but you're not looking at the fact that you're with a man that's no good. Have it ever dawned on you that the man that you're with is no good? You don't know him. You're expecting him to do all the right things because you feel you're entitled. That's a problem. Just because you cute doesn't mean you're entitled to anything. You don't own nobody. That man is not your husband, but you are expecting him to do things and you're not even married. See, this is the problem. You want to be grown. You want to act as if though you're a couple. You want to act as if though you're married when you're not married. So you're expecting him to be a certain way. You're expecting him to carry himself a certain way, but he's not your husband. He's not. And this lies the problem. You have a lot of older women that do the same thing. They have not matured yet. They're still acting like little girls. They get with a guy. They're not married to the man, right? But because they're dating, they automatically think they own the man. They believe that this man belonged to them. And they're expecting him to do things a certain way as if though they got control. No, you're supposed to get to know people. You're supposed to have deep conversations. You're supposed to really vibe and find out where a person really at in order to move forward. But y'all don't be doing that, fam. Y'all be getting in these relationships. First thing first, next minute you in bed somewhere getting it in. Once you do that, ladies, it's over. I'm telling you right now. Talking about you want to have fun. This ain't no fun. You're playing with your soul because now a lot of you got soul ties and you're connected to this monster of a man, this demon, and you're all in love with a man that's no good. How many times is this going to happen to you? How many times are you going to be in lust with a man that's no good? He don't want you. It's time to move on. It's time to get over it. It's time to get yourself productive and active in something that could get your mind off this ninja because he's no good. Look how he treat you, right? Is that the way you want to be treated? So you like crying? You like crying all day over a man? I mean, come on now. Look at yourself. You're crying over a man that don't want you. Does that make sense? It makes no sense. So you got to look at yourself and recognize your worth, not to boast about your worth, and don't let your worth be in your beauty. You got to stop all of that petty stuff. You got to stop all of that carnality. Stop looking at yourself in the mirror thinking because you're pretty that that's your value. That's not your value. Your value is your spirit, who you are. Have self-worth, have dignity, have honor. Learn how to respect yourself. As a woman, you shouldn't carry yourself as if though you're easy. If you're easy, men are going to take advantage of you. If you're willing to give something for free, why would I need to buy for it? Why would I need to buy? Why would I need to pay for it? If I can get test drives for free, if I could get food for free, If I could get anything out of you as a woman for free, and I don't got to work for it, I don't got to do nothing, fam, then I'm going to do what I can do. And this is why a lot of men take advantage of women, because women open up these doors. And then once these doors are open, it's very difficult to close these doors. You know, it's very, very difficult to close the door because now you're invested in the man. And as a woman, you're emotional. So now your connection to this man goes deep, it grows deep, and it becomes difficult to break free because deep down inside, you know he toxic. Deep down inside, you know he no good. But at the same time, he's the only guy that you pretty much know. And it's like you figure, well, I can't live without him because he know everything about me. I did everything with him. And it's like he have all my secrets. And you feel like I don't want to start over again. I gotta learn somebody else. And it becomes very traumatic, especially for younger women. Older women been through this so many times that their hurts and their pains prevent them from actually finding a quality man. Because anytime a quality man comes along, they normally get rid of him or do things to push him away because they end up blaming him for the past trauma and the past hurts of what other men done to them. This is a common mistake with women, is that as they get older, right? If they have never settled down and had success in relationships, then every bad relationships pile up on top of each other. It goes back to that stoppage I talked about earlier, where your sink is clogged, your tub is clogged. There's simple solutions of how to unclog a sink and a tub. One particular solution is to use baking soda with white vinegar. It'll have a chain reaction, a chemical reaction, I should say, and it'll unclog any sink or any tub. It don't make no sense you waste money on Drano and all that other stuff. You got to use your brain. Those of you that were in science class, you would know this. But yeah, if you want to unclog your sink, you use white vinegar. First, you pour the baking soda down the sink, a lot of baking soda. And then you just pour down the white vinegar and watch the chain reaction, watch the chemical reaction. And then you let the water run, and before you know it, it'll clear whatever is down there. Happens all the time. And this is what you need to do as a woman when it comes to bad relationship trauma. Because bad relationship trauma is like a lot of gunk and dirt and grime that get clogged up in your life. And what it does, it prevents the flow of life. It prevents the flow of energy in meeting a quality man. So now, because of these clogs, because of this stoppage, it stops the development of the chemistry between you and a quality man. So now, let's say hypothetically you meet a brother, right? He's a good man, you just don't really know him. But because of the hurts and the pains you had in the past, you look at this new individual as if though he's the same, like all the other previous men that did you wrong. So you don't give him really a chance. You keep your guard up, you're very suspicious, you are looking at him sideways, you kind of don't trust him. So because he's a good man, he don't really want to waste time. He's really feeling you, he want to get to know you, but you're making it very difficult for him. You are falsely accusing him, you're sneaking around, you are obsessively texting him, calling him, popping up at places because you just don't trust him. And he's feeling this pressure of you doing weird things. And what it does, it pushes him away. Now all of a sudden he don't want to talk to you no more. And now watch this. Because he don't want to talk to you no more, you see it as if he's rejecting you the same way those guys that broke up with you rejected you. So now you see him the same way. And that's not the case. You actually pushed him away because of your creepy behavior. You pushed him away. a good guy. He's a decent brother, but you were acting weird, and he don't got time for that. So he pretty much left. But when he left, you looked at it as if though he broke up with you. So now you don't trust men. And this is happening to a lot of women in their 30s and up. They will become suspicious of every man they meet because they're judging him based on the men of their past. You see what I'm saying? So now it becomes very difficult to settle down. And because of the lack of pair bonding, uh, it becomes difficult for women to have any sort of connection to grow a quality relationship. But moving forward, if a man or your boyfriend broke up with you, my advice to you is to understand that he don't like you. So it's not worth shedding tears. I understand the emotional connection. You're not going to feel good. I know. But you have to get your mind off of that individual. If he broke up with you, he don't like you. So chances is he got with someone else. That should be a blessing for you. You should be rejoicing. You should be happy that he's not in your life. That's how you should be. Now, again, it's not an easy thing that could be done overnight. You're going to have those feelings, and I get it. It's normal because it's a divorce. It's a separation. You were invested, but he was not. This is why, as a woman, you can't give a man your whole heart if he's not giving you his. It got to be an even exchange. You got to be able to reciprocate energy. He got to reciprocate the energy, and you got to do the same. He got to tell you about his life. You got to say about yours. Do you understand? If you're giving your all and he's not giving his, it's a false balance. So what's going to happen is you're going to be invested in him. He's not invested in you. So when he break up, who's going to be hurt? You. If both of you were invested and there was a breakup, both of you would be feeling those same emotional connections. And it won't be long before you two come back together. That's what happens when a man and a woman break up, right? If both of them were invested and they broke up for whatever reason, something petty, something minor, eventually they're going to come back together because they both were invested. He's feeling you, you feeling him. He's regretting it. He's thinking about you all day. You thinking about him all day. Next minute, y'all met up somewhere. He call you. He text you. Whatever the case is, eventually, y'all going to come back together. But now, if you're the one that was invested and put your all, and he's not really into you, he was just there to sleep with you, you're gonna be dealing with a lot of emotional trauma. And it's gonna feel like you were violated. It's gonna feel like a man took advantage of you. And again, you might feel that way, but you got to be accountable as a young lady and as an older woman. Men cannot really take advantage of you unless you open the door. I understand there are men out here that do take advantage of women, that do use women, but that cannot be possible if you ain't open the door. If you didn't open the door, he cannot come in. If you didn't take off your clothes, he cannot do nothing. So the responsibility falls on you as a woman. It really do. Yeah, but Ringo, he did me dirty. You know what I'm saying? What about how messed up these guys are today? Look, again, if you have a nightclub and you're the bouncer, you're responsible for who come in the club. Come on now. You got to weigh your options as a woman. You got to look at the door and you got to protect the door at all costs. You just can't have any ninja come up in your life. Notice I'm using the words come up in your life. Bars. You just can't have some ninja come up in your life, come inside, do what he want to do, have his way, and you don't know him. Do your mom know him? Do your dad know him? Do your family know him? Have you given other people the ability to read this cat? No. So at the end of the day, what do you want? What do you want to happen? This is crazy. Like, there got to be a situation where you get to know. There got to be a process of elimination. Even if you're a woman in your 30s and 40s, you're dealing with a guy. Do your parents know? Did your father meet him? These are things that we don't do anymore. These are traditions we had at one point in our life where, we brought a woman home to our mom and dad, or a young lady told her mom and dad, hey, I want you to meet, my friend. And, you know, it gave them the opportunity to look at the young joker and see how he move. A dad was able to look at him in his eye and put the fear of the Lord inside of him. See, those days are not there anymore. So a lot of men, they don't really care. They just take advantage because, again, a lot of women open up these doors and give men opportunity. As a young woman, especially if you're in your teenage years, your legs are supposed to be closed. Unfortunately, they're not. And this is why you got so many problems. Because here's the bad mistake about all of these things, right? Here's the real issue, right? When you are in a relationship with a young man and he break up with you, your first initial thought is to get into a new relationship because you want the same feeling that you had when you were with the other guy that broke up. So you get into a new relationship, you find a new guy, a new specimen, thinking everything is good. And it end up being the same exact guy in a new body. Same guy, new body. And now you're frustrated even more because now you're dealing with the hurts and the pains all over again. And this is what a lot of women are dealing with. From teenage years all the way into adult years. You got women in their 40s that are dealing with the same thing because they haven't matured. They have not matured. They have not grown up and recognized that they must be accountable for their choices. Ladies, you got to know who a man is. You got to get to know him, and your legs should be closed. I understand as a man, if I see a young lady, of course, I'm going to want to smash. But see, as a woman, you shouldn't make me. I'm just being honest with you, fam. I'm giving you real game, real truth. As a man, naturally, we're going to want to hit it. We're going to want to do what we got to do. That's in our nature. But as a woman, you got to have your guard up to the point where it's like, nah, ninja, you ain't going to be doing nothing to me. You ain't going to be doing this. You ain't going to be, no, 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 no. We're going to get to know each other. And we're going to do this for a long time until I feel everything is right. And that man needs to make you his wife. But see, in today's day, a lot of young ladies and a lot of older women are not concerned about being a wife. And then when you get taken advantage of, now you crying. You cannot, look, ladies, look, think about this, fam. You're out here, right? Expecting a man to do what a husband should be doing when he's not your husband. Does that make sense? You're expecting a man to be faithful when he's not your husband. Does that make any logical sense? That doesn't make any sense, fam. You're expecting him to do things that he really is not under any obligation to do, you know? So you got to really get yourself in order when it comes to accountability. It's very important. Nothing is unfair. The problem is you don't want to take accountability. If you've been watching the stream from the beginning, I gave you the game. And I made it very clear. As a man, if I see a woman that I like, I want to hit it the same day. That's a fact. Matter of fact, I want to hit it as soon as I saw her. I'm ready to go. That's what a man does. But as a woman, just because I want to smash, that doesn't mean you have to. You see that? See, don't let none of these guys fool you, ladies. Now, I'm going to tell you the straight up honest truth. If you see a dude, right, especially a dude in this live chat that's talking like, well, not me. If I meet a sister, I'm really trying to get to know her, man. Yo, bro, stop the damn lying, bro. Stop lying. It's ninjas like you that be taking advantage of these women. You understand what I'm saying? Soon as a man see you, he want to hit. Soon as a man see you, he want to smash. That's the reason why we attracted to you. We attracted to you because you look good. You turn us on. You capture our attention, our eyes. When we see your body, we want to smash. That's a fact. But as a woman, you got to have some sense of morals and values about you that keep our desire to smash at bay so that we can respect you. Because if you let your guard down, open up that door, we coming inside. Period. Because that's what a man is going to do. I don't want to hear none of that stuff about, oh, I'm just trying to get to know the woman. I'm not really trying to sleep with her. You a liar, bro. Every man at the sound of my voice, when he meet a woman he want to smash the same day. That's a fact. But it's up to you as a woman to say, no, it's not going down. You're going to get to know me, and I'm going to get to know you. It's up to you to do that. Because by you doing that, it's going to teach me as a man to value you. Because my nature as a man is to smash. That's my nature. When you see a dog in heat, that dog don't care about nothing else but smashing. Period. Doesn't matter. So as a woman, you have to have respect for yourself so that I can respect who you are. But if you bend over, if you open your legs and you just let me have my way, you know what you just told me? You know what you just told me? You just told me that you're not the kind of woman I need to wife up. You're not the kind of woman that I need to take serious. But I'll sleep with you, though. I'll sleep with you. But I'm not going to take you serious. Because I know that if I was able to hit that fast, obviously you did this before. And see, back in the day, all the brothers knew this. If a sister let you smash right away, we already knew. It doesn't matter if she look cute. That's the woman you don't make your girlfriend. You don't take her serious because you know she easy. And you know she done did this many times. And that's the whole point. But if you're a woman who respect yourself and you carry yourself the right way, and a man realize, damn, I can't even smash. Shorty won't even let me get in, bro. I can't do nothing with her, fam. But guess what it's going to do over time? It's going to make that man learn how to respect you. It's going to teach that man, hey, yo, shorty that I'm dealing with, man, yo, she mad cool, bro. Yeah, man. Yo, you hit it? Nah, I ain't hit, bro. She mad cool, though, man. I ain't going to hold you. Like, she's very, very respectful. You know what I mean? She carry herself a certain way. She ain't with none of that BS, bro. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do right, man. It teaches a man to do right. It teaches a man to respect you. See, here's the thing, ladies. If you keep your legs closed, right, and the man get frustrated and leave, that's a clear indicator he was not supposed to be with you because he got mad. He got mad because he couldn't hit, so he left. He left because he mad. So you know what he was there for? He was only there to hit. So you got to look at it like, hey, he left? Okay, cool. This is why if a man didn't get to hit it, but he left you, then let him leave, man. Let him leave. Because you got a lot of guys out here, they don't care about morals, values, or anything. They just here to pump, dump, smash, dash, and take advantage of women as much as they can. These guys don't care. This is why, as a young lady, you need to get with a godly man, a quality man, a man with morals and values. And I'm talking about a real man, a real godly man, not a fake one. Not a fake man, not a guy that's talking the talk, but he's not walking the walk. And this is why it's very important for you to understand that. Well, if he's a godly man, Ringo, why would he want to have sex with me as soon as he meet me? Because he's a man. Who told you that a godly man is not having any sort of sexual desires? Who told you that? Who told you being a godly man meant that he's some sort of monk, some sort of spiritual monk somewhere that just doesn't care about sex? Men think about sex all the time. You understand what I'm saying? It's you as a woman who have to carry yourself with the ultimate respect because guess what? You get pregnant. As a woman, you get pregnant. So if you know you get pregnant, you just can't be out here letting every other man just do what he want to do with you. You can't do that, fam. You setting yourself up for failure because the minute you get pregnant, guess what? You got to take care of that baby. And if you've been out here messing around with all these ninjas and you don't know who got you pregnant, that's a bad look, fam. And that's happening every single day. You got women right now that are viewing this show right now that are pregnant right now because of what we've been talking about. And now they're not with the dude because he dumped her as soon as he found out that she's pregnant. You got women that are watching me right now. You got dumped by your so-called boyfriend as soon as you told him you pregnant. First thing he said, it's not mine, and he left you. You have women that are in their 30s and 40s that are raising kids right now because the man that they were with didn't want to step up. He didn't want to be a dad. And it's sad. Absolutely sad, fam. So, ladies, at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You got to really have morals and values. I mean, think about the trolls that are being blocked in the live chat. These are what you call demons. These are what you call whoremonger males. These are what you call men that just want to pump and dump. Imagine, I'm speaking real talk. You got guys out here that are worried about their emotions. These are the kind of guys that love to use women, love to sleep with women, leave them broken. These guys don't have no values, fam. None. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to see the system. So again, as long as your legs is closed as a woman, you don't got nothing to worry about. But if you out here because you horny, you want to feel some D, you want to play in the streets, then you're going to get burned because it's going to either be one or the other. You're going to get dumped, you're going to get used, you're going to get an STD, or you're going to get pregnant. One of those you're going to get. So you got to make up your mind which one you want to do. You got to make up your mind. Do you want to be a woman that's respected in the community, or you want to be a woman that's neglected in the community? Do you want a woman that's going to be choosed, or you want to be a woman that's going to be used? You got to make that choice. It's up to you. You know? So if your boyfriend left you, broke up with you this week, then you got to look at that as a blessing. You got to now reevaluate who you are, look at what your choices was, look at what you've done, and don't repeat the same process. Because if you're expecting change, but you're repeating the same process. That's called insanity, because you're expecting a different result and you're doing the same thing. It don't work like that. Do you understand? So, number one, what did you do wrong in the relationship that you was in? Number one, you slept with the guy. You slept with him. You broke the first rule. You don't know him. He's not your husband, but you slept with him. Again, the society we live in is a setup for all of you ladies to fail. Why? You're not married. You're not married, but you're expecting this man to stay. He's not going to stay. I'm telling you, once you give up the box, once you start getting sexual, that man is not staying with you. It's very rare. It's very rare that a man is going to stay with you long term if you gave up your body early. It was never like that back in the day, fam. Women never did that. You understand? That's why back in the day we had what is known as a shotgun wedding. A shotgun wedding. Whereas if a boy was found with some father's daughter, they would get the shotguns and they would bring him in and they would make him marry his daughter. Because you're not going to sleep with her and shame our family. Make her pregnant and now she's walking around with shame. No. You're going to marry her. You're going to marry her or we're going to kill you. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? But in today's day, it's very difficult to teach this because, again, women want to have sex. So, again, ladies, if you want to go out there and open your legs, right? Have sex as a young woman or an older woman because you want to have fun. Be prepared for the consequences. Because guess what? If you're allowing a man to sleep with you and you are not his wife, you have no reason to be out here complaining about what he's doing and he's not your husband. You're setting yourself up for failure. So what you expect, Ringo? You expect me to not have sex? I want to have fun. Okay, go ahead and have your fun. Go ahead. And let's see how that work out for you. Go talk to all the women in the 40s about how much fun they had. A lot of them are miserable right now. A lot of them have kids out of wedlock right now. A lot of them are raising a bunch of kids out of wedlock from different men, and they're frustrated. You have a lot of single mothers right now, fam. What do you think it started from? Started from them teenage years. Them making them choices, getting with different men, having a baby, getting with another man, thinking he's going to do right. She never got to know him, had another baby, got with another man, repeated the same process. Remember what I told you about insanity? You're doing the same thing, expecting a different result. It's not going to work. And by the time she's done, she got about 4 kids, 4 baby daddies. Now she's in church wearing dashikis and head wraps, talking about she's in prayer, believing in Jesus. Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. Come on now. Make it make sense. In prayer, talking about, yeah, I believe in the Lord. Don't work like that, fam. You got to make up your mind on what you're dealing with here. You're dealing with something real. So if your boyfriend broke up with you this week, this video is for you. It's all about accountability, ladies. If your legs are closed, a man have no choice but to get to know you, and you get to know him. And it's never too late. Even if you're a woman in your 40s, 30s, 40s, and you trying to get with a brother, you might figure, well, I already had sex already, so might as well I go ahead and do it. Listen, that's at your own discretion. If you're in your 30s and 40s, you would know when it's the right time. But to be honest with you, if your goal is to really have a man that's going to be with you long term and settle down, you got to really get to know this man, fam. Like, you can't be playing this game. You already made all the mistakes, all the bad choices. Enough is enough, man. There got to come a time when you like, look, we're going to get to know each other. I'm not sleeping with you. I'm not doing nothing. I like you. Don't get me wrong. I want to, but I got to really know that you're really serious, because if not, you're going to go through the same problem all over again, fam. And you don't want to keep going through the same hurt and pain every minute. You there crying and just emotional over a man. Stop all of that nonsense, fam. Stop crying over a ninja that don't care about you. Stop it. It's pathetic to do that, fam. I understand you hurt. I understand. I get it. But get over it. He don't like you. It's time for you to look within, find your value, find who you are, and move forward. Because when you move forward and you're happy and you're not stressed out and you're not being emotional, and that ninja see that you moved on and you're doing stuff productive and you looking good and you're blossoming like a flower and you're online and they see your IG popping and they see your YouTube and they see you doing your thing and you're not looking stressed and broken, that man is looking at you like, what the heck is going on? What are you doing? I was here to break your spirit. I was here sent by the devil to break your spirit, and yet you're blossoming. You're doing good. He don't see you stressed out and emotional. Fam, it's going to make him realize he lost a quality woman. And don't go back to him if he come to you apologizing, wanting to make up. Don't do it. Ladies, once a man dump you, leave you, break up with you, don't ever take him back. Don't ever let him come with, I'm sorry. The only reason why he's doing that is because he's horny. I've given y'all so much game, bro. So much information. You could send this video to your daughter. You could send this video to your daughter in college. You could send this video to your older daughter who is 30, even women in their 40s. They could take this video and get a whole blueprint on how to move. The only reason why he coming back apologizing is not because he want you. He want your vajayjay. It been a long time, and he want to step to you. Bars. That's pretty much what he want to do, fam. He ain't trying to make up. He just want to come back to get a ride again. He want to test drive again. It been a minute. And then once he do that, he going to go back to his old ways, and you are going to be hurt. You are going to be hurt. So don't do it. Focus on you. Focus on your education. Focus on developing a skill. Be a lady. You understand? Take care of yourself. Smile. Be happy. Go to the mall. You know what I mean? Be that girly girl again. And stop being so invested in a man that ain't making any progress with you. I mean, think about the dating game the way it is, fam. A lot of women are getting in relationships with men, and y'all have no intentions on being wives. Think about what's going on here now. You get into a relationship with a man, you're not even thinking about being a wife. You got women that date, and in their mind, they're like, well, I'm not really interested in being a wife. I'm just having fun. Okay, you're having fun. Now you're hurt. Was that fun? This is not fun. You're playing a real life game with your soul, with these men, that's going to be detrimental to your health, your mental health, your sanity, and everything else. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? The sleepless nights, the stress, texting all day, for what? Over a man? You got women out here that end their lives over a man. You got women that jumps off buildings over a man. You got women out here that would end it all over a man that don't even want to be with them. She's getting so crazy, so emotional, so nuts that she's literally telling this guy, if you don't come back with me, I'm going to end my life. Woman, if you go and end your life, You are going to be in the lake of fire, and that man going to be with another woman. And now you're going to have a new problem. You're going to be in the lake of fire, bawling and wailing and screaming, wondering what happened. Well, you ended your life. You're not supposed to do that. Thou shalt not kill. You broke the commandment by deleting yourself. Everybody that deletes themselves goes straight to the lake. Doesn't matter who they are. Whether they're a child, an adult, doesn't matter. Anybody that delete themselves goes straight to the lake. That's true. You think you're going to take your life and everything going to be good? You're going to heaven? You're sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. I don't know where people get this mindset. Oh, I'm tired of living. I'm going to end it all. Okay. You're going to leave one nightmare and end up in another nightmare that you can't change. At least over here, you could change. At least over here, you can make choices. But once you end it, you're no longer in this physical world, so you can't make no change. Once you end your life, you go straight to the lake of fire, and there's no escaping that. So good luck with that. And I'm sure a lot of you guys, you heard women tell you these things. If you don't take me back, I'm going to end my life. There have been reports of that even on YouTube. You had dudes that was so overwhelmed after a woman broke up with him, he went and ended his life. That's crazy, fam. You ending your life because a woman broke up with you? Bro, stop. But anyway, y'all, we're going to get up on out of here. My final words on the situation, ladies, is this. Number one, if your boyfriend broke up with you, it's a time for you to celebrate, not a time for you to be sad and cry. You may go through your initial emotional stage of the loss, but you have to look at it logically and recognize that if this man broke up with you, it's because he don't want you. So have some dignity and self-worth about yourself. Count the costs. You're an attractive lady. You got talent. You got a lot going for yourself. Look at the things you've done in that relationship and learn from them. What are some mistakes you made? Number one, you invested too much time. He never invested in you. You slept with him. You should have never did that. You got to look at how many times you slept with him. Because the more you slept with him, the more severe your trauma is going to be. I said, the more you slept with that ninja, the more trauma you're going to experience because you're going to feel like he stole something from you. He didn't steal anything from you. You gave it to him. You know what I mean? He didn't stick you up with a gun. You willingly was a willing participant. So again, it's about accountability. This is something women don't learn no more. Accountability is today's woman's kryptonite. So you got to really recognize, okay, what did I do wrong? Right? You invested a lot of time. You slept with him. Number three, you had high expectation off of wrong information. You thought that this man was going to be with you forever because you were dating him. You don't want to do that. You don't want to have high expectation of a man you don't even know. Again, you don't know him. Number four, you never let your folks learn about him. Your father don't know about him. Your mama don't know about him. Your family don't know about him. And this goes for women in their 30s, women in their 40s. Y'all be getting with men. Y'all don't even let your family know what's going on with you. It's good when your family know who you talk to. We're not talking about them being all up in your Kool-Aid. We're not talking about them being all up in your business. But for crying out loud, at least we know, hey, you talking to so-and-so and so. That way, if something happened, we know who to look for. If you go missing, we know who. Oh, last time I checked, she was on Instagram with that dude. So we know who to look for. All right? We got to bring shame back. One of the things you have to do as a lady is start to practice keeping your legs closed. Stop doing sexual things with a man. Ladies, you got to stop today. And this is coming from a man that if I see a sister that I like, I want to smash. But at the same time, I'm keeping it a buck with you. I'm keeping it a buck with you. If I'm with a woman that I like, I want to smash. I'm just telling you straight up as a man, that's what I want to do. But at the same time, my advice to that woman would be, don't fall for the okie doke. Don't be so quick to let that man smash. Get to know that man. Y'all supposed to vibe and build chemistry and build desire to the point where you're really liking one another. Because as a woman, you may want to sleep with him. I get it. But it's healthy if you don't. That way, every time you get around each other, there's this desire, there's this longing, there's this love, there's this emotional connection between you and this guy. Because it's like, man, every time I'm around Shorty, you know what I'm saying? I'm really feeling her, fam. And anytime you around him, you just don't want to let him go because it's like, damn, you really want to get with him and do this and do that, but you just don't want to mess up that vibe. It's a beautiful thing when you have that nice chemistry and that nice vibe. It's a real connection. That's what you want to feel. You want this guy to really like you for you. You know what I mean? You want to bring that back. You see? That's something that's missing in relationships today. So again, ladies, you gotta look back. You gotta look back at all the things you've done in that relationship. Write it down. Learn how to journal. Learn how to write in your book. You know, back in the days, girls used to have what is known as a diary. You got to know how to journal. You know, journal your relationship. Go back and write a story. You might be able to do a story time on social media. You might end up becoming successful and make a movie off of your hurt, your trauma, or whatever situation you're in. But if you journal and you write down from start to finish what you did in that relationship, where it went wrong, write a book about it. You might even be able to sell a book, sister. These are things, man, I tell you, man, I'm giving y'all so much damn information, man. I don't see how in the world could any of y'all be sitting around crying. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, y'all need to get to work. Start writing a book. Start journaling. Start letting other young ladies know about your story. You know what I mean? Not to put down a guy or call out names and expose, but to tell your story and speak your truth on what you learned from that relationship. What did you learn from the breakup? What did you gain from the breakup? You know, these are things you have to do as a woman that makes you stronger. You don't want to get dumped by a dude. He broke up with you and now you're broken and weak and destroyed. You supposed to grow stronger. You're supposed to develop your muscles as a woman to recognize, okay, I've experienced this. I learned about this. There's some things about men I learned. Now, it doesn't mean that all men are like the man you were with. But what it does, it should make you keep your guard up to a point where it's like, okay, I get it now. This is my fault. This is why I'm hurting. This is why I'm in pain because of this. All men don't follow God. All men are not Bible believers. All men don't have a woman's best interest at heart when they meet them. Me personally, I do. If I meet a woman that I like, I have her best interest at heart because I'm a grown, mature man. But what I'm telling you is the younger the man, the more likely he's going to take advantage of you. Did you just hear that? The younger the man and the society in which he's being raised, the more likely he's going to take advantage of you as a woman. Why? Because he don't have no intentions on making you his wife. He don't have no intentions of doing anything other than sleeping with you. That's it. So once you a woman and you know that, keep your legs closed. Is it so hard to do that? Once you do that, ladies, there is nothing a man can take from you because you didn't sleep with him. If I didn't sleep with that sister and I break up with her, she ain't gonna feel nothing. Why? Because I never slept with her. Even if she was feeling me, hey, she could walk away and feel good knowing that, hey, I never slept with him. I never gave him no cooch. I never did nothing with my mouth. I never did no dirt that I feel ashamed. I don't have no secrets. I don't have nobody talking about me. Ain't gonna be no pictures floating around. Cause you know, a lot of you ladies, you meet some dude, you taking all these pictures. He got all these pictures of you, all this dirt, all this stuff that you put out there. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, fam. So, hey, we're going to get up on out of here, man. I might do a part 2 to this video. If you feeling this video, you like this kind of content, let me know in the comment section, fam. Double tap the screen to give the video a thumbs up if you like the content. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Send this video out, fam. Share this video with other folks so they can hear this truth, fam. I'm going to do a part 2, part 3 to this series and keep this thing going, fam, because it's some good educational topics here to really help the ladies out there. Um, I mainly try to focus on a lot of the younger women that are in their teen years, early 20s, but I know the women in their 40s, 30s, and 40s and up, they can use this type of information as well because it's very good. So we're going to get up on out of here. Y'all have a blessed day. I got work to do right now. I'm going to be back with more content throughout the day. I just want to put something out early. Some early food for the morning, right? So y'all take care. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. Shout out to Sherelle, Tracy, Rebel for Almighty, V Dubman, Sean the Navigator, and Show Shao. You know what I'm saying? Salute to all the mods, all the members of the channel. Everybody have a blessed day. Whether you are on a 9 to 5 or just chilling at the crib, you know what I'm saying? Doing whatever you got to do. Just taking a break before you head back into the, the work. It is what it is, man. Y'all have a good one, man. I'm going to catch y'all later on in another video, right? Ringo TV Reactions signing out. Take care, fam. Peace.